So, welcome back to the Building in Public episode 11. It is April the 26th, and it's been a bit over a week and a half since I last recorded, I think. Been a good week this week. So I finished the seven Habits of Highly Effective People. I then read The Secret, and now I'm rereading it. I'm in the process of rereading it. And I also read In the Blink of an Eye, but I didn't read the whole book because it's in the second edition. The second half of the second edition is just about digital editing, so nothing to do with the actual story side of editing. Anyway, those are the books I read, but in general this week has been pretty mad actually. So I had a wedding shoot yesterday, which was a 6-hour shoot. It was a wedding and a baptism. It was interesting. Yeah, I'm not really going to touch on that a lot, but I was on a film set. I played an extra. I was a soldier for a Polish film that I'm not allowed to say anything about, but I was an extra on a film, and actually seeing the whole process of a film set in the behind the scenes is like, it was surreal. I was like a little child. I was literally looking everywhere, seeing all the people in their specific roles, from the costume designer to the director of photography, we had a crowd coordinator, we had a casting director. It was a proper feature film, and it was amazing. It was amazing to be in that process and be part of something like that. And it really, I literally looked at the director and I was like, holy, I'm going to be doing that. I'm going to be doing that job. It was amazing. And I met some really cool people. I met because a lot of us were extras and a lot of us are just normal, they're just normal people, and it was really interesting to meet people that were also passionate about film as well, and the whole process, it was surreal. And it really gets me motivated, and not motivated, but like genuinely increases my belief in creating films. And seeing that process up front, I was like, holy shit, bro, I'm going to be doing that. And for this summer where I want to make the short film, I'm going to make the short film. I'm even more excited to do that now. I'm in focus. So that was really cool. And then, so I read The Secret, and honestly, I think that is a life-changing book. I think anyone should read it. I think the law of attraction is the fundamental, having awareness of that law is mandatory, I believe. And after reading it, it's kind of like a key unlocking, because you genuinely start to realize why everything in your life either went the way it did, or everything just makes sense. Everything just makes sense after The Secret. And for me, it's so logical what The Secret says in the book and the law, because I have some bullet points that I'm going to go over about The Secret. That's going to be the main topic of this podcast. But it just makes sense that you are your thoughts, and thoughts become things. Because if you're thinking all the time negative thoughts and bad things, then why would you have good things in your life? You know what I mean? If you're always thinking about the worst outcome and the worst, if you're always thinking the worst, then you're attracting the worst. You're not going to have good things. If you're always thinking, oh yeah, something's going to go wrong, then the likelihood is something's going to go wrong. And it's the same if you're always thinking positive, that if you're always thinking positive, things just go right. Things generally go right. And even if they don't go right, because you're thinking positive, you see it in a different perspective to that, it's still a positive thing. So something could go bad. Something could go bad for someone that thinks positive, and because they think positive, they'd see it in a good light, and they'd see it as a learning curve or something that they can prevent next time to make the next time better, or they don't see it as a negative at all and it's a good thing. And just this perspective changes the way you see life, and changes the way, you just become way more grateful. Honestly, I've genuinely had like a eureka moment where I'm happier now, I'm more grateful now, I appreciate life more, because what we have, we shouldn't take for granted. We shouldn't take for granted the fact that we can breathe and walk and live, and experience anything. And one of the major, I'm going to get into the bullet points now, one of the major things is you can do, be, or have anything you want. And that's the big thing, like the secret kind of, you can think anything into existence. You can believe anything into existence. You just have to know, like you have to know. So the bullet points. So number one is you are your thoughts, which makes sense. Thoughts become things. You know, the more you think about something, if you think I'm a failure, then what's going to happen? You're going to attract failure, if you like. And if you think I'm amazing, I'm great, I love my life, I love my job, I love reading, I love the gym, I love my body, you're going to bring it into existence. And this isn't me saying that just, shout positive affirmations to yourself until you believe something, but it's about feeling good and attracting what you genuinely want, because we don't tend to realize it, but a lot of the time we think about what we don't want. So we're thinking about, I don't want to be unhealthy, or I don't want to be fat, or I don't want to be a failure, or I don't want to be, anything. We think about what we don't want, and that of course attracts what you don't want, because you're not thinking about what you do want, and making that mindset shift to be thinking, I will have my dream body or my goal body, or I love my job, or I am a millionaire, or I want to be a millionaire, not that I don't want to be broke. It's making that mindset shift of thinking about what you do want over what you don't want. Because again, you attract like attracts like. So when you think something, whether it's what you don't want or what you do want, you're attracting it, and I'm going to ask you this question now. Imagine someone wants to become a millionaire, but the only thing they think about is being broke, or they don't genuinely believe that they can become a millionaire. Do you think they're going to become a millionaire? I think not. And for me, that mindset shift and that click where it's like, holy shit, of course, it makes sense, because if you have a goal, I want to be a millionaire, but you don't actually believe you can be a millionaire, then of course you're not going to become a millionaire. That's just logic, common sense to me. And it's making that click and that switch in mindset where you're like, holy shit, I can be anything. And then I go back to the quote I said earlier, you can do, be, or have anything you want. And once that really unlocks, life takes a drastic turn, honestly. And that is the beauty and the amazing thing about the law of attraction, is that you can literally think your life into existence, but that works both ways. That can be good or bad. Everything we have up until now is still a result of the law of attraction. So where you are right now with your circumstance is down to the law of attraction. Whether you want to believe that or not, it is. If you don't like the situation you're in, or you do like the situation you're in, it's because you made that reality for yourself. And for me, that was just an amazing discovery, because I'm like, holy shit, I can do anything, and I will do anything. So that was kind of bullet point 1 and 2. There was a few things that went into that. So then a few more things about The Secret is the power of visualization and the power of unwavering belief. So acting as if you already have the things you want. Now, those are a few bullet points together, but pretty much the power of visualization is, I kind of muddled that up, but the power of visualization is, again, another thing to get you to believe that you have what you want. Or you may not have it in this moment right now, but it does exist in the future, and you can see it, you can visualize it. And that reinforces your belief that you already have that thing. And again, I'm going to go back to the millionaire example. If you genuinely can see a future with yourself where you have that money, or you feel the way you would feel with $1 million in your bank, and you can achieve it, you believe 1,000 in your heart that you're going to be a millionaire, or you're already a millionaire, then you're going to be able to become a millionaire, And likewise, if you don't believe you're going to be a millionaire, you're not going to be a millionaire. And that's the other quote where it's like, the man who thinks he can't and the man who thinks they can, they're both right. I've not said that quote correct, but you get the gist. And it's totally true. You know, if you believe you can, if you 1000% believe in your heart that you can achieve what you want, you will achieve it. It's just a matter of time. And time is an illusion. So then that goes into the act as if already yours. You know, act as if what you have and what you want is already yours. So act like the millionaire. Reinforce that belief in your heart and your soul that you are a millionaire, and slowly time and reality will catch up to you. And I think that's just fucking mad. And, you know, for me, I want to make films. I'm going to make films. And I wholeheartedly believe that. And I know that I'm going to direct and make big films. And I'm going to make a lot of money. And I'm going to achieve my goal body. And I'm going to achieve an abundant life because I genuinely believe it. And I know. And I can see it. You know, I may not have it right now. And I have a great life now. And I'm very grateful for what I have. And that's another thing, is that be grateful for what you have. Because if you feel bad, then you're just going to attract feeling bad consistently. And once you get over that hurdle where it's like you can feel good, you can literally just choose your thoughts and feel good, you'll attract more good things. And I've realized that already, is that the second I started changing my mindset and feeling better, I went on a film set and it was amazing. And, you know, I'm starting to attract more things, and I'm starting to see it in my day-to-day life where I'm like, holy shit, I am feeling good and I'm grateful for my life, and I know what I want, and I'm getting clearer on what I want, and I'm attracting it. And it's just the craziest realization once you fully grasp onto it. Read The Secret. It is a life-changing book if you really take in what it says and you don't come up with like excuses and negatives and stuff like that. It will change your life 100%. So obviously with the law of attraction, a lot of people get confused that you're just manifesting things into reality. And the reason people will go against the law of attraction is because they negate the action side of it. Of course, you have to take action. Now, you take action because that action reinforces the belief that you can achieve what you want. So, for example, you wouldn't believe that you can get jacked without going to the gym. You just wouldn't. And likewise, as a millionaire, you wouldn't believe you can become a millionaire without working, unless you have that much unwavering belief that you attract, you know, winning the lottery or something like that. But inspired action is what the law of attraction tells you. And pretty much it means knowing what you want, be clear on what you want, write it down, visualize it, see it in the future, see what you want and what you want to have, and feel how you would feel when you have that thing. And then don't think about the how, because when you think about the how, you're attracting thinking about the how. So you're emitting that frequency that you don't know how to make a million, and you're just going to keep on attracting that. How am I going to make a million? How am I going to make a million? How am I going to make a million? And you want to be emitting the fact that you're already a millionaire, and you have that clearer belief that you're already a millionaire, that this is quoted on in the book, but you attract what you require. So if you genuinely believe you're going to be a millionaire, then you will. The law of attraction, I don't know how it works, but it's fucking phenomenal. You will attract what you require. So you will be on a walk, or you'll be in the gym. And if you genuinely believe that you're already a millionaire, you'll come up with the idea, or you'll know what you have to do. And it is the most fascinating thing. But if you believe that you're a millionaire, you'll wake up one day, or you'll be on a walk, and you'll have that spark in your mind where I'm like, holy shit, that's the $1 million idea. And that's how inspired action works. So of course, you know, and this is not me saying, you know, don't be so naive to think that you just do nothing and achieve your goals. But also you have to have that unwavering belief before that. You know, you have to have that belief, that level of belief where you pretty much know that you already have what you want. And it's just a matter of time before you achieve that thing, or you have that thing. And you attract what you require. This is an insight that I just in general, this book kind of, it opened my eyes and it opened my mind in such a way that it's changed my life already and made my life 100 times better. It's different level. You know, the fact that you can just, you know, once you realize that you can choose your thoughts, you can choose how you feel, you can choose to feel good. And then by feeling good, you attract more good things. It's like, holy shit, like, why wasn't I doing this the whole time? But we don't, because we're not. It's, you know, it's why the book is called The Secret, because it's not taught. The law of attraction isn't, you know, they haven't promoted it or taught it the way it should be taught, but it should be the fundamental thing in our life. Yeah, so going back to the unwavering belief and being clear on what you want, be clear on what you want, write it down, and then you want, like, the level of belief you must have is, you know, expect it. You are literally expecting it. You know it's happening. You know you're going to have what you want, or you know that you've achieved what you want to achieve, and you expect it. It's that level of belief, you know. And think about it like this, you know, if you know 100% in your heart that you're already a millionaire, then genuinely think about it. You're going to become a millionaire. Simple as that. And it's just a crazy realization that I think everybody should know. And for me, it was genuinely life-changing. So The Secret, read it. That was my week. That is Building in Public, episode 11. And this has been a long podcast, so I'm gonna switch off now. And I'll see you next Monday, 12 p.m. UK time. I'm gonna read The Secret again. I'm midway through reading it second time, because I want it to be that reinforced in my head that every reaction I have and everything I think is positive, because at the end of the day, a lot of people and a lot of surroundings can try and bring you down and be negative, and that is one of the difficult things about reinforcing this unwavering belief, is that people will actually try and bring you down. And this is an unfortunate thing, and I hope it changes. But that's one of the big things, is having, like, improving your reactions, you know, making sure that you react in a positive manner, and feeling good and being positive and having that unwavering belief all the time. And you will achieve what you want if that is the case. So, yeah. Anyway, that's it from me. It's been a long podcast, and I shall see you next Monday.